Have you ever found yourself going through so much, repeatedly asking God to guide you and help you understand why you endure such hardships? As you look at other families and people whose lives seem so pleasant, you wonder why your own journey has been so challenging and continues to be. You may have sensed it before, but now you realize you are a chosen one. Despite years of exhaustion, you've persevered to the point of even accepting it. If this resonates with you, in this video we will explore how embracing your true chosen path will shape you for a glorious comeback. And if you're new to our celestial corner, do reach for the subscribe button as if you're gathering the light of 1,000 galaxies. And if you feel a ripple of cosmic harmony resonating within you, let that be the universe's way of telling you to give it a thumbs up. Don't resist the cosmic flow, people. You know I thrive on positive energy exchange, and your support is like finding a serene oasis on an alien world. I appreciate you. So here we go, from my cosmic heart to yours. As someone who identifies as a spiritual chosen one, you might feel like you face more challenges and suffering than others. And why is it that sometimes, or a lot of the time, it seems like everything is trying to rain on your parade and you just can't seem to get ahead? This may be happening to you because chosen ones are called for a higher purpose that comes with the territory, deeper growth. So, it would totally make sense that you might be dealing with a much harder, or shall we say, advanced learning curve to gain higher wisdom and a richer life experience. Chosen ones also tend to be deeper people, like the kind you can actually have a meaningful conversation with, one that leaves you feeling like you've gained some real knowledge, rather than thinking you should have just stayed home to catch up on Season 12 of MasterChef. Spiritually gifted, you may find yourself more attuned to the energies, emotions, and subtleties of the world around you. This heightened awareness can lead to experiences of empathy and sensory overload, where you pick up on others' emotions and vibrations intensely, which can be overwhelming. While this fosters deep connections and understanding towards others, you may have energetic sensitivity, feeling the impact of environments and people more acutely, which can lead to exhaustion. These sufferings and trials can often push us to our limits, painful but necessary for growth. Each obstacle we face is a chance to break free from old habits and come out stronger, smarter, and more in tune with the best version of ourselves. They don't just test our patience. Quite often, they make us want to raise that white flag and just surrender. But as tough as it gets, we find ourselves clawing our way back up each time. In the process, we're also forced to deepen our connection to the divine, leaning on a higher power for the strength and guidance to keep going. Feeling like you have a greater calling comes with a heavy sense of responsibility to leave a positive mark on the world. This often means putting others first, even when it means sacrificing your own well-being. You'll face pushback from people who aren't ready for the change you're bringing, and that's when you've got to stand strong in your truth. It's like being at a grand banquet, where each guest is served a unique dish representing their life's journey. As you look around, you notice some people enjoying lavish gourmet meals, seemingly without a care in the world. Their plates are piled high with delectable treats, and they savor each bite with ease and delight. Meanwhile, your own plate seems to be filled with shellfish, meat on the bone, and olives with pits in them. Of course, you notice this looks like a lot of work, having to catch the fish for your own lunch. At first, you might feel a twinge of envy or isolation, wondering why others have it so easy while you're left to wrestle with stubborn shellfish and navigate treacherous olive pits. It's as if the universe decided to serve you a culinary obstacle course instead of a straightforward meal. As you start tackling your challenging plate, you realize that being chosen for this unique dining experience comes with its own set of expectations. You're not just a diner, you're a gastronomic warrior tasked with conquering each difficult morsel on your plate. This realization can feel burdensome, as it adds a layer of responsibility to your meal. You're expected to not only finish your plate, but also to appreciate the nuances of each laborious bite and share your hard-earned wisdom with others. Yet, as you embrace this role, you begin to appreciate the complexity and richness of your culinary journey. You find that your meal, while demanding, offers flavors and textures that others may never experience. The satisfaction of successfully de-shelling a stubborn mussel or skillfully navigating a tricky piece of meat becomes its own reward. In this banquet of life, your unique meal becomes a testament to your perseverance and ingenuity, transforming what once felt like an unfair burden into a source of pride and accomplishment. And who knows, maybe by the time dessert rolls around, you'll be the only one with the skills to crack open that crème brûlée while others struggle with their spoons. In the Christian Bible, several figures exemplify the transformative power of faith and the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity and suffering. Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, endured numerous hardships but remained faithful, leading to his rise to power in Egypt, where he saved many from famine. Esther, as Queen of Persia, risked her life to save her people from annihilation, using her position with courage and strategic thinking to stand against tyranny. Jeremiah, known as the Weeping Prophet, was chosen to deliver difficult messages to Judah, and despite personal suffering, he remained faithful, demonstrating the emotional toll and strength required to uphold a divine calling. In many cultures, the reason why chosen ones suffer the most is often attributed to their selection by divine forces or fate to fulfill a critical role. Their journey is marked by immense trials and tribulations, reflecting the belief that suffering is a necessary path to achieving their destined purpose or higher calling. Jesus Christ is perhaps one of the most iconic examples of a chosen one who suffers. According to Christian belief, Jesus was chosen by God to redeem humanity from sin, a mission that required him to endure profound physical and spiritual suffering. Throughout his life, Jesus faced rejection, persecution, and ultimately crucifixion, a brutal form of execution reserved for the worst criminals. His suffering is seen as a sacrifice for the salvation of humankind, embodying the belief that great suffering often accompanies a divine mission. The crucifixion, in particular, symbolizes the ultimate act of love and redemption, making Jesus' suffering central to Christian theology and the understanding of divine sacrifice. Though Job is not traditionally viewed as a chosen one, his story in the Hebrew Bible is a profound exploration of suffering as a test of faith. Job was a righteous man who was selected by God to endure extreme suffering as a means of testing his faithfulness. Stripped of his wealth, family, and health, Job's life became a series of relentless trials. Despite his immense suffering and the questioning of his faith, Job remained steadfast in his belief in God's justice. His story is often cited in discussions about theodicy, the justification of God's goodness in the face of human suffering, and serves as a powerful example of unwavering faith under extreme adversity. Oedipus is a tragic figure in Greek mythology, chosen by fate to suffer due to a prophecy that he would kill his father and marry his mother. Despite his and his parents' efforts to avoid this fate, Oedipus inadvertently fulfills the prophecy, leading to a life marked by immense suffering and tragedy. His story underscores the inescapable nature of fate in Greek mythology and the profound suffering that often accompanies it. Oedipus's eventual self-inflicted blindness and exile are emblematic of the inevitable consequences of fate and the suffering that comes with attempting to escape one's predetermined path. In Greek mythology, Prometheus is a powerful example of a chosen figure who suffers for defying the gods. Prometheus, a titan, was chosen to bring fire to humanity, an act that symbolized the gift of knowledge and progress. However, This act of defiance against Zeus, the king of the gods, led to his eternal punishment. Prometheus was bound to a rock, where each day an eagle would eat his liver, which would regenerate each night, ensuring his suffering would be endless. This myth highlights the theme of suffering as a consequence of challenging divine authority, with Prometheus enduring torment serving as a cautionary tale about the costs of defying the gods in pursuit of a higher cause. Before attaining enlightenment, Siddhartha Gautama, who would become the Buddha, voluntarily chose a path of intense suffering as part of his spiritual journey. Born a prince, Siddhartha left behind his life of luxury to seek the truth of human existence and the end of suffering. He subjected himself to severe ascetic practices, including fasting to the point of near death, in his quest for spiritual awakening. This period of self-mortification was a crucial part of his journey, reflecting the belief that suffering can be a path to spiritual growth and ultimate understanding. Eventually, Siddhartha realized that extreme asceticism was not the answer, leading to his formulation of the middle way and his attainment of enlightenment. His story illustrates the profound role that suffering can play in the pursuit of spiritual wisdom. First off, let's talk about challenges. Without them, there's no growth. They're absolutely necessary for refining our spiritual essence, expanding our consciousness, and deepening our understanding of who we truly are. They are spiritual catalysts, triggering deep-seated patterns and beliefs that no longer serve our highest good, or they can lead us to submit to the ego, fear, and attachment that have accumulated over lifetimes, keeping us stuck in old, limiting ways. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, presents us with exactly the challenges we need to fulfill our unique purpose. Each trial is tailored to develop the specific qualities, skills, and wisdom required for our soul's mission. As we overcome these obstacles, we cultivate resilience, compassion, and understanding, essential attributes for those destined to guide and uplift others. Our personal victories become visions of hope and inspiration for those still finding their way. Challenges can serve as gateways to deeper communion with the divine. In our moments of greatest difficulty, when our human strength falters, we are prompted to reach beyond ourselves and connect with the infinite source of all creation. This deepening of faith isn't just some intellectual thing. It's a real, lived experience of divine grace and support. When we let go of our narrow views and open up to higher guidance, we find a strength and wisdom inside us that we never even knew we had. The spiritual journey, with all its ups and downs, is really about remembering who we truly are. A return to our true nature as divine beings having a human experience. Every challenge we face and overcome isn't just a struggle. It's a step closer to realizing this truth, peeling away the illusions that keep us from our highest self and the connection we have with everything around us. When you see it this way, our struggles become sacred rites of passage, each one moving us closer to spiritual mastery and the fulfillment of our cosmic purpose. As we start to see things in a new light, we stop fearing challenges and start embracing them, knowing they're not just roadblocks but chances for real growth towards a brighter future, if only we would let it. We can grow exponentially by building a deep trust in our journey, understanding that every experience, no matter how tough, is pushing us toward our highest evolution. In this state of alignment and surrender, we become co-creators with the universe, actively shaping our spiritual path and contributing to the elevation of collective consciousness. Life will inevitably throw hardships your way, but how you respond to these challenges will define your path. Building resilience allows you to bounce back from setbacks and come out even stronger. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities for growth. By keeping your faith steady through the storms, you can find strength in knowing that every trial has a purpose in your divine plan. It's like participating in an unpredictable game of dodgeball. You're in the middle of the court, and the universe is hurling challenges at you like it's got something to prove. Some days it feels like you're dodging and ducking for dear life, trying not to get knocked down by those fastballs of hardship. But here's the thing, every time you get hit, you don't just bounce back. You come back stronger, like a superhero leveling up after each battle. Imagine those challenges as giant boulders rolling your way. At first glance, they seem like insurmountable obstacles blocking your path. But with every dodge, every strategic move you make, you're not just surviving, you're learning. You're figuring out how to turn those boulders into stepping stones, using them to climb higher and see further. It's like you're in a real-life video game, where each level gets tougher, but the rewards get sweeter. Resilience is your secret weapon, your invisible shield. It shifts your perspective so that instead of seeing a mountain of problems, you see a mountain of opportunities. Each challenge becomes a chance to gain wisdom, to build strength, and to refine your purpose. It's like turning lemons into lemonade, but on a cosmic scale. And as you navigate this game, you realize that every dodge, every hit, every comeback ties you closer to your purpose. You're not just playing for yourself. You're inspiring others who are watching from the sidelines, cheering you on and learning from your moves. Your resilience becomes a beacon, lighting the way for those who might be struggling with their own challenges. So, when life throws you a curveball, remember that it's all part of the grand adventure. Every trial, no matter how overwhelming, is a stepping stone toward fulfilling your destiny. You're part of a larger story, a divine narrative that's still unfolding. Embrace the lessons, trust the process, and know that each hardship is shaping you into who you're meant to be. Your journey is uniquely yours, filled with purpose and potential. By accepting both the burdens and the blessings, you can walk your path with grace, resilience, and unshakable faith. Keep moving forward, knowing you're never alone. To wrap things up, let me say this. Take pride in yourself for going through the suffering you faced. You know the saying, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And it's true. You were chosen to face challenges that most people couldn't even begin to handle, let alone overcome. So wear that badge with honor and recognize just how strong you really are. Has anyone ever told you that you are strong? The real power of being chosen isn't just about surviving. It's about rising above adversity and coming out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more connected to your true worth. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks if you don't feel that way about yourself. Once you truly embrace your strength and worth, you'll be walking down the street like you own it, knowing your partner is lucky to have you. Because let's face it, you've got game. Thank you for sticking with me this far. If you enjoy the video, please give us a thumbs up and share this video to those you feel might benefit from it. Also, don't miss our other eye-opening video titled, Why Isolated Chosen Ones Can't Be Around a Lot of People. Until next time, I wish you eternal cosmic love.